Hey YouTube, what's going on? In today's video, we're going to talk about your car's suspension. We're going to go over the maintenance of it and how to inspect it. You know, your suspension is responsible for a lot, proper steering, proper stopping, and make sure you got good ride comfort as you're driving around. So we want to make sure that we're keeping it in good working condition. One of the best things you can do is visually inspect it. So I'm going to go ahead and lift up the car, take off the wheel so we can get a good view of everything going on. And we're also going to try and add some faces to the names that you might hear: tie rods, CV joints, ball joints, so so you can kind of be familiar with that. So we're going to go ahead and get into that now. Okay, so we removed the wheel and we have the car lifted. Again, you just want to try and get a good visual of everything, all the suspension components. Like I said, all I'm trying to do is show you guys what the different parts kind of look like and their function, in case you want to get down here and look for it yourself, or if you just want to have an idea of what your mechanic's talking about when he tells you need a new tie rod or CV joint. So we'll start with the tie rod, which is right back here. You have your inner tie rod and then your outer tie rod out here. And basically what that's going to do is be responsible for turning the car left and right in simplest terms. Anytime you have like a boot, again, I don't know if you can really see it, but all the way back here, that just has kind of like intricate pieces that can't really handle all the road grime that you can see we have in here. So they put the boot on there. My reason for saying that is if that piece is missing, that could definitely be a cause for concern and something that could be making some noises or causing some issues. Other than that, you have your CV joint back here. Again, I don't know how well you can see it. Your CV joint's basically, I believe it stands for constant velocity, if I remember correctly. And basically it just connects to a front wheel drive car. It is connected on the inside to the transmission and then connects to the wheel. So that's going to be basically responsible for accelerating and decelerating your car. Again, like I said, some of those things that you can kind of narrow down for your mechanic by saying, hey, I hear the noise, or I feel this while I'm driving or while I'm turning. It could be your tie rod, or while you're driving it could be like your CV joint. But other than that, you have your coil and strut system up here. Your coil, if you hit something really hard, or just longevity with it, these can actually crack and be causing some issues. Again, you have like a little boot up here which houses the strut on this car. The struts are filled with oil, so if you have any of this structure right here filled with oil, it's most likely, or it could potentially be caused by the strut. Their gaskets can blow or start to leak, again causing some issues. I'll try and get the camera a different angle, but I'll show you ball joints. Ball joints are basically going to be responsible for up and down motion. Again, if you're feeling certain things or hearing noises as you're going over bumps, it could indicate a ball joint. And again, like I said, unfortunately, it's not always 100% a sure thing. I've seen suspensions where I thought the noise was coming from a suspension issue, and it was actually from a motor mount. So this is just something that you want to try and get a visual on it. The good news is that you don't have to go through all this to indicate what could be potentially going wrong. Like I said, you can hear or feel a lot of things while you're driving, and there's a couple tests that you can do in the car while you're driving, or while the car is on level ground, which we'll go over in just a second. Okay, so this is going to be the lower control arm right here, and you're going to see the ball joint right in here. Basically, when you look at the ball joint, you're looking at the bushing. A lot of the suspension components have these bushings on them. It's just like a rubber housing, and what you're looking for is to make sure that there's no cracking on it. You want to make sure that there's no metal on metal contact. This car isn't making any noises at this time, so I'm not really expecting to find anything, and everything right now looks to be in really good working condition. Okay, so kind of like I was saying before, you don't even have to go into all this. This is going to be your best way to actually inspect it. It's basically what your mechanic's going to do. So if you don't feel like doing all this work, there are a couple things that you can do to try to pinpoint or have an idea where the noise might be coming from. One of the most common tests is called a bounce test. Basically, the car is on level ground just as it normally sits, and you basically want to just push the car up and down, and all you're doing is trying to listen out for any like noises or anything like that. You're basically simulating like you're going down the road. That a lot of times can pinpoint really well where the noise is coming from or what the issue is. Another test you can do is like a quick brake, and what you're looking to see is the nose dive on the front of your car, and see how well it can rebound and respond and go back level. If it's kind of like rocking back and forth when you hit the brakes kind of hard, it could be an issue with like your strut and coil. And then very simple things like driving down the road. If your steering wheel is shaking at like a low rate of speed, that could be an issue with your tires or with your wheel. Another indication if you have like a ball joint issue or a tie rod issue is your uneven tire tread. So very easy things that you can do on your own before you even get into all this. Again, I just kind of wanted to go over some of the names and faces so that you guys can be a little bit more familiar when your mechanic says you need a tie rod, or if you want to know what's going on with your car. But that's basically it for this video. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you like this channel and you like what we have going on, we have a lot more coming up for you. Make sure you hit subscribe. And that's basically it. As always, I truly appreciate you guys' time, and I'll see you on the next video.